So, there's a lot of talk about self love out there these days. Here's something that maybe most people don't want to hear because self love is often romanticized so much. The truth is that it requires consistency and discipline, just like many other things in life. So, since quitting my corporate job, I've had a lot of time to nurture myself and heal myself from years of corporate burnout. I also wanted a discipline and a structure to hold my days together now that my corporate job or a 9 to 5 wasn't holding my daily structure anymore. Being in corporate in tech for so long, I was so used to being in a hustle and a productivity mindset, which is kind of opposite of creativity. When you are engaging your creativity, you're not focused as much on the end product or your creation as much as you're focused on the actual journey itself. But that's not how it works in tech or in corporate environments, right? You set a goal and then you have to hit it no matter what. The creativity is just about discovering the beautiful journey and seeing what comes out of it. So, being creative, I feel, is the absolute peak of my me time, and I love my me time. To me, creativity is about understanding the kind of energies that I am composed of, my spiritual DNA, and then learning to deal with them in a healthy and constructive way. When I am engaging my creativity, it's not that I'm in the same mood every single day. Some days I'm able to create something positive out of it. On other days, my mind is just all over the place, and even the things that I paint or the things that I write, they also tend to have more of a darker theme to them. So at the end of the day, getting to know yourself through your creativity is really powerful and healing. And to me, that is self love. Now, belongings are just non living pieces of mass that just happen to be in your life that you accumulated. But if they were just objects, then why do we feel like crap when we accidentally lose something? I recently lost my favorite head cap, which was a beautiful color, and I felt like crap as soon as I came back home. And that day, I just sat down and gave some attention to all my other neglected belongings, and I cleaned them and I organized them because I had fallen out of that habit for a week or so because I was traveling. Just taking care of my belongings made me feel so much better. The simple reason is that our belongings become an extension of ourselves. They are tools that help us, they are things that we rely on. And when you keep them clean, when you keep them organized, then it also helps you feel clean and organized. So, iron your clothes, reorganize your wardrobe, your closet, your cupboard, and clean your gadgets and keep your spaces and your environment tidy and clutter free. It may sound like a boring activity to do, but trust me, it adds up, and the effect that it has on your state of mind and on your self love is going to be extremely noticeable. Third most important thing is to maintain the momentum of your new habits. We all start new routines every now and then, but a lot of us fall off track. But there's still a certain window in which you can still catch that train that's about to leave the platform. I recently signed up for sports academy where I'm getting coached for badminton, and so far I've showed up for every single day without fail. Today is the only day that I'll probably not be attending. Every other batchmate who's getting trained along with me, they have not showed up at least once in those 10 days, but I showed up every single day. I can already feel all the changes of exercising consistently in my life. And it's not even about the results of exercising as much as it is about the self love that I have for myself, knowing that I made it to the academy every single day without fail. So, momentum is just like an automobile. If you slow down too much, then you have to switch to a lower gear and then it drinks more fuel. But if you slow down when you're in a higher gear, but you don't slow down too much, there is still this little window where you can pick back up without wasting much fuel, and you get more mileage that way as well, right? So, similar with your daily habits and your daily discipline. It's okay if you miss a day or two, On the third day, you can still catch up with just a little bit more effort. But if you miss consistently for 4 days or 5 days, then you've essentially fallen off of that pattern all the way back to the lowest gear, where now you have to again get into that groove, into that rhythm, into that discipline, and put more effort, which essentially is something you already did. And you got to this point, but now you're back down here and you're just repeating the same thing again because you missed the train. It's more about how you are filling the gaps in your life with good habits instead of falling back into self sabotaging patterns that cause you to put more effort to get rid of that habit and start with a new habit all the way from year one. So, I hope everybody realizes that self love is another discipline and you owe yourself that much. You owe yourself commitment and care and love as much as you owe to your career or your relationships and every other thing in your life.